Reacher's Alan Ritchson was in one of the best New Girl episodes. Though he is now known as one of the TV world's most lethal and fearless heroes, kicking butt and taking names as he helps protect the innocent, Reacher breakout star Alan Ritchson amassed an eclectic repertoire before landing his breakthrough role in the action series. In 2014, Ritchson made a guest appearance in the hit sitcom New Girl, portraying a poorly endowed man hoping to romance Zooey Deschanel's Jess Day, with uproarious results. Not only does the Season 4 episode Micro feature Ritchson as a handsome artist struggling with deep-seated insecurities over his below-average genitals, but it also includes hilarious shenanigans by Winston and Cease as they trick Schmidt and Coach into believing they're good enough to be male models. Let's take a closer look at the fan-favorite episode and Ritchson's entertaining appearance. New Girl is known for putting its lovable characters into endlessly amusing situations that naturally create unforgettable hijinks. And in the Season 4 episode Micro, Jess finds herself tongue-tied after meeting the handsome street artist Matt Ritchson at the bar. After becoming heated over the guys objectify women and commenting on their breasts as they pass by, Jess sets out to prove her friends wrong by going on a date with Matt, who had wasted no time telling her about his unusually small member after he asks her out. Hilariously, Jess ends up less concerned with Matt's micropenis and more offended by his self-proclaimed D-bag tendencies, which he claims are a result of the relentless bullying he experienced in school. Since Jess agreed to a bet with Nick Jake Johnson that she could date Matt for a month, the wager becomes increasingly harder to see through because of his unlikable personality. When Matt realizes Jess is trying to talk her way out of a second date, he accuses her of being shallow, much to her dismay. Elsewhere, Cease Hannah Simone and Winston Lamorne Morris decide to have some fun of their own and concoct a classic Cease-Winston mess around, after growing annoyed with Schmidt Max Greenfield and Coach Damon Wayans Jr. vocally praising how attractive they both are. To get back at them, the duo goads them into trying their hand at modeling, with Cease claiming she can show their portfolios to her agent. The catch? Only one of them will get chosen, so they have to make sure to come up with some pretty epic photos. In hopes of smoothing things over with Matt and showing she's not a shallow person, Jess shows up at his apartment and makes an impassioned speech about embracing her flaws, even pulling her pants down to reveal her own wonky knee to prove that, metaphorically, we're all covered in micropenises. Despite the quirky, on-brand gesture by Jess, she is shocked to discover Matt actually has a girlfriend who pops up long enough to destroy one of his supposed $12,000 paintings and send Jess scrambling to get out of there. Though she has absolutely no intention of ever seeing Matt again, Jess can't help but question everything about the self-absorbed artist, including his micropenis claims, though his underwhelming endowment was quickly confirmed by Matt flashing her while in his robe. Unsurprisingly, their short-lived romance swiftly came to an end before it ever really started, and Jess was on her merry way, pleased she was willing to give him a shot in the first place. Alan Ritchson detailed the funny way he got cast in the episode during an appearance on Wired, with actor and director Jay Chandrasekhar, who helmed Micro, approaching him outside a diner to ask him whether or not he would like to guest star. The Super Troopers alum told him that the character was a really cool dude and had a micropenis, and Ritchson was hilariously taken back when Chandrasekhar thought of him for the role. He recounted the experience in the interview. I was like, "What? I'm sorry. So you have this episode called Micro Penis, and you think of me? I'm the guy that you think of, Jay?" And he's like, "I thought you'd be great for it. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want to do it, Jay. Yeah, I'll do the episode." And that was it. My audition was in a Trader Joe's parking lot at midnight. Before Alan Ritchson was cracking ribs and taking names as Jack Reacher in Amazon Prime's hit series Reacher, he was flexing a very different kind of muscle, comedic timing. Long before he embodied Lee Child's indomitable drifter, Ritchson made a memorable guest appearance in one of the most beloved episodes of Fox's long-running sitcom New Girl, a role that, while brief, showcased a charming, goofy side that fans of his grittier work might not expect. The episode in question is Season 2's Quick Hardening Cock, a fan favorite that aired in 2013, and is often cited as one of the sharpest, funniest installments in the show's 7-season run. It's an episode packed with classic New Girl elements, awkward romance, slapstick humor, and rapid-fire dialogue. And right in the thick of it is Ritchson, playing the role of Matt, a ridiculously handsome, dim-witted hardware store employee who gets entangled with Zooey Deschanel's quirky heroine, Jess Day. A scene-stealing himbo. Ritchson's Matt is the epitome of the classic sitcom himbo, a well-meaning, physically imposing man with more biceps than brain cells. When Jess goes on a home improvement spree in an effort to distract herself from her burgeoning feelings for roommate Nick Jake Johnson, she encounters Matt at the hardware store. He's all radiant smiles, tight t-shirts, and absolute confusion about basic human interaction. Jess, flustered by both her feelings for Nick and Matt's sheer physical presence, finds herself awkwardly flirting with him, and to the delight of the audience, Matt enthusiastically flirts back in the most clueless way imaginable. The comedic gold of Ritchson's role lies in his pitch-perfect commitment to Matt's sweet stupidity. His delivery of lines like, "You smell like cock," is executed with such earnestness and lack of guile that it elevates what could have been a throwaway character into one of the most memorable one-episode roles in the series. His exaggerated but lovable demeanor plays beautifully against Deschanel's signature adorkable awkwardness, making their brief interactions some of the episode's highlights. Flexing comedic muscles. While audiences today know Ritchson for his intense, physically commanding performances, whether as the stoic Reacher, the sardonic Hawk in Titans, or the rugged Thad Castle in Blue Mountain State, his appearance in New Girl demonstrates a versatility that's easy to overlook. Comedy, especially the offbeat, fast-paced variety that New Girl specialized in, requires an actor to have razor-sharp timing and a willingness to lean into absurdity. Ritchson delivers on both counts, showing that he can pivot from intimidating action hero to lovable goofball with ease. In fact, Matt bears more than a passing resemblance to Thad Castle, Ritchson's breakout role in the cult comedy series Blue Mountain State. Both characters revel in over-the-top masculinity, but with a knowing link that makes them endearing rather than insufferable. For New Girl fans, Matt stands out as one of the show's funniest one-off characters, and for Ritchson fans, it serves as a delightful reminder of the comedic chops he honed earlier in his career. A fan-favorite episode, Quick Hardening Cock, is remembered not just for Ritchson's stand-up performance, but also for being a pivotal episode in the New Girl canon. It's the moment where Jess finally confronts her feelings for Nick, setting up one of the show's central romantic arcs. Amidst that emotional weight, the levity brought by characters like Matt provides balance, keeping the tone light and the laughs coming. Ritchson's Matt became an instant fan favorite, an example of New Girl's knack for casting the perfect guest stars in small but unforgettable roles. His turn is brief, but it's the kind of performance that sticks with viewers long after the credits roll, especially those who later recognize the actor towering over villains and bad guys in the Reacher series. From sitcoms to SmackDowns, it's fascinating to trace Alan Ritchson's career trajectory from sitcom himbo to literary action hero. His physicality was always apparent, but his stint on New Girl,